Hey, writers, great to see you again today. I'm so happy to be here and do some writing with you. I wanted to quickly review what we had done yesterday when we thought about revisiting narrative and we listened to Jabari Jumps, and then we talked about what makes a narrative a narrative. And so, just to kind of review that, we thought about a narrative being a story that has a beginning, middle, and end. There are characters who are thinking and talking and feeling and acting, right? Having a lot of action in your story. There's a setting, a time and a place that your story is taking place. The main purpose of our story as a writer of narrative is to entertain our audience, but we're also beginning to think about having a theme or a lesson that we want our reader to learn from our story, right? And so today, writers, let me leave that there for a second. I really want to be thinking about the first step because I want to get started on writing a narrative and writing a story. And the first step, you remember, is to think about what you want to write a story about, right? So today I want to remind you of a strategy that we can use to remind ourselves or to help us think about, like, what could we write about today? Okay, so I'm writing in a notebook and I made a list in my notebook. And one way that writers think about a story idea is to think about the special people in their lives, and they think about times when they had a moment with that person or they did something with that person, right? And so in my notebook, I have my people's list. And I started thinking about like all these people in my life that I remember times when I did something with them that I could write a story about. And so some of the people like Harrison, Kyle, and Chris, like I have a lot of stories about them lately because just like you, they live in my house and I'm with them all the time. So I've got a lot of really current stories that I could write about them. But I also included people that I haven't been able to see lately, right? And for me, if I think about some of these people and sometimes when I did something with these people, it might help me feel a little bit better about not seeing them right now. If I can like relive a memory and have a moment in writing with that person, right? And so the first step to thinking about what do I want to write about today is to one way that you can think about a topic idea is to think about a special person in your life and start by just listing those people. You could just do a sketch if you're in kindergarten, first or second grade, or you could have a family member help you. Just make a list of special people in your life, right? That's step one. Think like, who are some people in my life that I could write a story about? Step two is to then pick one of those people. So I chose to pick my sister because I haven't been able to see her lately. And then I thought about a couple of times when I had a moment with my sister. So the first one is not a great memory, but it's when I hurt my sister on a tree. I was thinking, oh, I remember that pretty vividly. That's a memory that's really clear in my mind that I could write about the time when I hurt my sister on the tree. And I also thought I could write about the time when we used to always go tubing in New Hampshire up at Lake Horace when we were kids. So I could write about that time. Or we also did a lot of hunting for salamanders when we were in New Hampshire. So I thought about I could write about the time when we did that, right? So today, writers, your goal is to think about some special people in your life that you could write a story about. You can make a list with help from home, or you can draw some pictures of those people. And then I want you to pick one of those people, and I want you to think about times when you had with that person or little memories that you have with that person that might spark a story idea. Okay. And if you're really feeling motivated today, you could pick one of those and start your story. All right. So good luck. Good luck with writing today. I can't wait to see what you come up with.